are sitting here today with an anime legend on the show. Introducing the man himself.
Hi, I'm Bob Carter, anime pseudo legend. Let's go with like pseudo legend. I'm not a legend. I'm more like just still working voice actor. I've been doing it a while. I've been very fortunate enough in my career to have been doing it quite a while. And so yes, I've got like over 180 credits to my name, but still pseudo legend because the legends are the legends. Now I'm not going to take anything away from them.
I mean, it's fair enough, but you're a legend to us. Your
Thank you
body
very
of
much.
work, we grew up with it. We grew up with Full Metal Alchemist. That was
Yes.
one of our starter pack anime.
Yes, absolutely.
So definitely picking out one of your many works, that was the one we were so excited about.
Yes.
And it is so nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
Yes, talking about your work here, which would you say was your favorite thing to work on or your favorite type of thing to work on?
Oh gosh, that is always really difficult to say because again, depending on the series, you fall in love with certain characters. Now, the other wonderful thing is I'm able to fall in love with the story of the series. So honestly, the most recent character would be Mika from Licorice Recoil. Not everybody has seen that. There's only one season, and it was mostly on Crunchyroll. But it's HD anime. We're talking 30 frames a second. Amazing action. Yes, amazing action. Hilarious. It starts off very, very funny, but then really deep plot twists. And so, not only was I one of the main characters, but obviously being the big guy, the action guy, that sort of thing. I play a lot of the thugs, the bad guys, the bruisers, the brutes who always get blasted, and shot, and thrown off of catwalks, and all those other, the other roles. And so to be able to obviously have a main role, but then to see the other aspects of the show and all the different levels and layers of the show, I had a really great appreciation for that one for the most recent role. Now, of course, I love Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball GT because I mean they're iconic characters, being Bojack or Shenron, the one-star dragon who eats all the other Dragon Balls, right? Or Sig from Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah.
But in my career, I've been very fortunate to play a lot of the other characters, whether it was One Piece, being Dory and Gadatz and the Fishmen, but then I also enjoy a lot of the more mature anime and the intellectual anime that usually has like one season or two seasons and they explore different themes or different stories. And so I really enjoy the characters that I've been able to portray in some of those series. So whether it was like Tokyo 24th Ward or let's see, what's another really good one? Speed Grapher or El Cazador de la Bruja or Samurai 7 or Blast Rider. And so you get these are all like more obscure anime, but I love anime that has a really good story.
That's excellent. Speaking of stories, here's a good one. FMA Original versus FMA Brotherhood. What are your thoughts?
Both are really good. I mean, come on, they both have different merits, right? So
They really do.
Well, I like them both. I don't know, man. I'm not gonna pick a favorite. There's no preference on that. That's
Not
tough.
favorite, like theme-wise, memory-wise.
Okay.
How do they like stack up to each other? Highlights of them. What do you prefer on each series?
Okay, now that is interesting. In all seriousness, I think the relationships were the most important thing for me, and I think that they resonate with everyone, right? I mean, like the familial relationships, right? The two brothers, or even like Sig and Izumi, right? I mean, again, it shows compassion, it shows love, right? And the different aspects of love that we don't usually see in a lot of anime because it's always like, a lot of punching, kicking reaction. But to show that, again, it's very difficult to be vulnerable. And so when you can express that in a way that's very positive, that's a really cool thing. So I guess as far as the themes of FMA, really for Full Metal Alchemist, it's the love and the compassion and the care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm a big believer in that, and so I enjoy it. Even though I play a lot of villains in a lot of other series, I personally really enjoy that and embrace that, and I think we need that. I think the world needs to see more compassion and more care and just more love, the different types of love, friendships. So yeah.
Agreed. One of my burning questions, what was it like voicing Sig? He's honestly probably my favorite character in FMA. And
Wow,
We
you.
love their relationship.
It's great.
Yes.
And then him meeting Lieutenant
Of
Armstrong
course.
was
Major Armstrong. Yes.
Major Armstrong.
Yes. Bro down, showdown. As a matter of fact, here we go. Yes. You know, the important thing is every time we do this, I want to make sure you guys throw that glitter effect in the background.
Yes.
Right? Do you guys ever do that? Yeah. So for some of my cons, I need to start bringing glitter. So when I get people that want to do the bro down showdown, I can just like throw glitter up in the air for us.
Tag it. Luckily, I've got plenty of video editors, so I'll do it.
Yes, definitely.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
So it makes me very happy that you love Sig, because again, that strong silent type, but again, showing that compassion, right?
Yeah.
You know, he's strong but loving.
yes.
There's definitely a fine point there. People know you as a bruiser. We also know in all these animes, there's so much emotion there. How do you pull the emotion out when you're being so big and tough? Because we can see it on our end. It's incredible.
Thank you.
It really is.
That is one of the most challenging aspects of anime that most people don't even realize. Anime actors are some of the best voice actors in the world. Okay, because I've said this time and time again. I'm going to keep saying it. Not only do you have to express that kind of emotionality, right, and that intensity, right. You've got to do that down to the 30th of a second because of 30 frames per second or 24 frames per second in terms of, right, the flaps.
Yeah.
It's like when we have to match flaps, because again, now you get into the sub versus dub debate. There's no debate. We've dedicated our lives to this medium. We've dedicated our lives to getting it right. And the people who dedicate their lives to anime and making anime, we care about that sort of thing. And so we make sure that we are getting it right. Down to the language, down to the emotional intensity, down to that precise 30th of a second. And then you only get 2 takes at it, usually. Yeah, we hear the original Japanese, so we can get an idea of what it's like in terms of the timing. And then we get that take, the next take is us, and then we might get a second take for a safety take. But again, you've got to have that kind of acting expertise and then that kind of technical expertise to be able to match what you need to match and do it in that timing. And so from the actor to the director to the engineer to the sound guys, right, who are making this sound absolutely epic, and not just in stereo but in 5.1 surround sound. When you take every aspect of that and then you add on to it all the other aspects of regular production, and then you do a simul dub, right, like a simulcast where it's released 2 weeks after that person has recorded. Nothing else in the world, no other production can do that. So when you've got a simulcast or a simul dub that's released in Japan and in America at the same time, that is a minor miracle every single time.
Okay, I didn't realize it was that quick.
I didn't think it was either.
Right, most people don't realize that.
That's
you know,
insane.
Right, and so those simulcasts are very, very special. And again, that level of expertise is, I mean, that's like quiet genius level ability, you know?
Yeah.
And to have that kind of expertise and to have spent that many years, and then also, again, there's an art to it as well as a science. So everybody, from the actors involved all the way down the chain, everyone involved is top tier, top notch talent and ability. So that's what goes into it. But then, you know, we also get to embrace the fact that the story is amazing. The action is amazing. The emotionality is there. And so we're able to bring that out.
That is so great. You heard it here, guys. The debate is over. We are not looking down on dubs. They work twice as hard as the original, okay?
Yes. We love anime as much that we've dedicated our lives to it. So yeah, don't get me wrong, we appreciate subtitles as well. But again, we make sure that we get it right.
Dub voice actors are probably the biggest anime nerds you'll ever meet.
Yes, that without question. Yes.
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 Speaking of nerdy, what are some of your nerdy passions?
Some of my nerdy passions. Without question, game is life. I'm a hardcore tabletop role-playing gamer.
Yes.
So, from the Red Book of Dungeons and Dragons through 2nd edition, 3, 3.5, 4th edition, 5th edition, I'm so glad that they went open sourced because Wizards of the Coast unfortunately stepped on a landmine, and I'm one of those people who had 30 plus years in the Forgotten Realms who, I don't know if you guys know about any of that debate in terms of like nerddom, but I'm now trying Pathfinder 2nd edition because of all that. And so I've moved 2 campaigns from the Forgotten Realms in Dungeons and Dragons into Galarian, the world of Galarian for Pathfinder. So again, this is not a lot of people understand a lot of the worlds and that sort of thing. But again, for my nerds and my geeks who appreciate D&D,
Yes.
they get it. I'm also into improv comedy. I'm into anything that stimulates me or my imagination. And I'm also into helping other people stimulate their own imagination and to help them bring out their own creativity. That's my passion.
Heck yes. So
like
do
that.
you dungeon master or do you play both?
Yes. Yeah, I'm a gaming addict.
Yes.
I am, like I said, I've been running 2 Pathfinder campaigns. I'm running a high-level D&D 5th edition campaign. I'm in a Masked Superheroes campaign that just wrapped up last Sunday. Let's see, what's another campaign? Well, Baldur's Gate 3 is amazing. I'm saving that one because, again, I can't get into video games because I get addicted.
Same.
And what's another campaign that I'm working on? One I can't talk about yet.
Oh, fair.
All right. It's a
Yes,
secret.
it's in a beta. It's in a beta test, so I'm excited about that.
Ooh.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
Cool.
Gosh, how
Yeah, I'm a
fun
hardcore
time.
gamer. Again, when it comes to that sort of thing, that's my passion.
No doubt. I mean, we can barely keep up with our singular campaign. You've got 6, 7
Yes,
you just listed.
yes,
That is
yes.
impressive.
Very impressive. We
Yeah, so I'm a long-time dungeon master. You know what? As long as we're talking about gaming in that regard, the reason why I've been able to run successful long-term campaigns is because I have certain rules when it comes to gaming. Rule number 1, fun. We are here to have fun. We're here to have a good time. If we're not having fun, we need to either stop the game, change the game, break the game, whatever we need to do, because rule number 1 is we are here to have fun. Rule number 2, story is the most important thing, right? So when you're running a game, I'm really bad at one-shots. I cannot do just a one-shot game because I get attached, right? Whether you're a player, you get attached to making your character. Whether you're a DM, you get attached to making the world and the story and you want things to come out. So, story absolutely matters. And then the third rule, since I'm a DM in terms of dealing with players at the table and relationships and things like that, alignment, right? When we get into alignment,
Yeah.
if you're a good character, as the DM, I look out for your life, your character's life, and their interests, right? In terms of what they want to accomplish in the game. If they're a neutral character, you look out for their life. Try to keep them alive, and if they want to be murder hobos, that's one thing. There are consequences for their actions, right? Or if they want to, just steal everything in every temple or whatever, right? There are consequences for those actions. Just try to keep the player alive, keep the game going. If you're an evil character, the game's going to be fun, but all dice rolls are on the table. And it's going to be absolutely fun and amazing until it's not. And then you're going to be a life lesson for the other players at the table because you asked for it because you were evil. Don't make campaigns for evil characters. We need more good in the world. Now, having said that, because I've been running games for a long time, if the entire table wants to have an evil player's campaign, then as long as everybody agrees no PvP, right? No player versus player,
yeah.
then okay, that's fine. But PvP games those are your one shots. Those are limited edition. Those are fun, interesting survivor games or tournament games. That's always interesting. That's a different kind of game. I love campaigns. Everything about me is collaborative. Together, everyone achieves more. My passion is in bringing people from all walks of life, from all different life experiences together at a table because everybody, they want a game. And then forging friendships, forging the camaraderie that lasts for lifetimes because they had to survive together, right?
Yeah.
If you're a bard that has to burn your guitar, to have a fire, to hold off the undead, to stay alive, that's going to mean a whole lot more with a paladin who has to do whatever it takes to keep that bard alive or keep that necromancer wizard alive or whatever. So when these people have to work together, that's the best part because you're not just forging teamwork at a table, you're forging lifelong friendships. So that is my ultimate geekdom. I'm a hardcore gamer, player, dungeon master, yes.
What's your favorite character to play in D&D?
Ooh, all right. Now that's a great question. My favorite character to play in D&D. That's interesting because I like playing different characters for different reasons. But if I had to be, I can never solo class. It is the hardest thing in the world for me. I'm all about multi-classing. So I've been called a paladin bard in the past.
Oh, okay.
Because again, I'm all about the team to a fault, so I love the paladin's aura. I love being able to smite. I love all the spells that you can get from being a spellcasting bard, and of course, putting towards smite. At the same time, as a bard, charisma, skills, and again, the ways to balance and build your characters. So that's a little bit of me. And then at times, also, I love clerics because they're super tough. They can do everything and wear armor. I love spells. Love spell casting. It's that makes the game more complicated and interesting and challenging, and that's also where I'm enjoying Pathfinder right now, because the people that did Pathfinder came from Dungeons and Dragons. Like they were the ones who made 3.5 what it is. And so like in terms of the whole open gaming license and the open source, now that's the orc, the open role playing campaign, or I forgot the license. What is it? Open role playing creatives.
Oh, I'm not sure what the license.
Either way, I love role-playing games. I love mystery games. I love whether it's Blades in the Dark, cyberpunk. I love futuristic. I love role-playing. I absolutely love all different types of role-playing.
What's your alignment when you play?
Ooh, that's also fun and interesting. Chaotic neutral? No, never chaotic neutral. Chaotic good, neutral good. I would be neutral good if I'm playing. Now, if I'm the dungeon master, I believe the greater the evil, the greater the good must rise to overcome that evil. I also love magic items, but if you're going to give your players magic items, you make them earn it. So my players have their own beliefs about my DMing. Like they've got the rules of Bob, right? The Book of Bob. Rule number 1: Bob's a dirty, dirty cheater. No, I'm a DM, and I want my players to rise to the occasion. So as a DM, probably lawful evil. As a player, neutral good. And as a person, neutral good. With a capital G. So,
there you go.
That is so awesome. Yes. Is there anything you'd like your fans to know about you, or if you want to give your socials out where they can find you?
You can find me at Carter Game. Pretty much like what's your favorite game to play? All things Carter Game. I help aspiring creatives become working creatives. I have a teaching and production studio, Neighborhood Studio Atlanta. You can check out neighborhoodstudioatlanta.com. So yeah, if you're ever interested in learning voiceover of any kind, all things audio, that's pretty much what I'm good at. And that's like humble confidence, strong confidence there. In addition to that, feel free to reach out to me anytime. Anytime you've got questions about creativity. I'm always a big believer in helping people. That's my passion. And so I like to take time, whether it's obviously online or over the air or even at a convention, whether it's one-on-one. I thrive on people and interactions. And the biggest thing that I believe in is laying that foundation so that even though I might be a flawed person or imperfect, I've got a foundation of always doing my best and being open and helping others, so that people can forgive me my flaws. And, again, they know that I'm passionate about what I bring and helping them to, again, so that together everyone achieves more.
That is so awesome. And doing these cons, what's your favorite interaction?
Oh, I love cons. I absolutely love conventions. Everyone is different. Everyone has its own unique tones and flavors. Crypticon, this place is a maze and a labyrinth here, so it's not your usual typical big room layout. And at first I was like, what's going on here? But now I love it because, again, it's an adventure, right? You're on a quest.
It's like the dungeon.
Yes, it's a dungeon crawl. It's a full-on dungeon crawl. And then you've got these party rooms that have different themes, and that's really cool. But also, come on, whether it's the stars, right? Like old school horror, big movie stars, or even independent movie stars, like little movie stars, whether it's makeup or collectibles or visual effects. I mean, you look amazing, right? You've been talking to me this whole time, and I'm just obsessed with the gills, with the flat. I mean, this is incredible.
This is all for work. This is a span of 2 hours.
I was upstairs and I was like, that's amazing.
We were up there.
Yes, I know. I mean, it's amazing. So yes. Yeah, I'm absolutely in awe of this type of thing. And so that's what I love about Crypticon, right? You meet the people who make these things.
Yeah.
And so again, creatives around other creatives, and then also collectibles, right? Like really cool stuff. And then you never know who does what, right? Like I was hanging out with this guy, Mr. Zero, who's awesome. I mean, he's got an album store and his collectible store, but then on top of that, he's got a radio show where he's all about Kiss, and then on top of that, he's got friends and buddies that are coming in. They're all like, again, just like the music scene, which was also like one of my fandoms. But then last night he dressed up like Paul Stanley, looked absolutely amazing, right? Again, the cosplay is just incredible here, and then the theme. Zombie Hefner and the Zombunnies, that was amazing. That was incredible. They had a girl in a coffin that was just like, wow. And then the cake, there was this VIP party, and so Cake Guy made a corpse, like a person, and there was an autopsy, and like I had to literally cut the sutures with an X-Acto knife, and then the organs tasted like Rice Krispie treats.
Oh man, awesome.
The cake tasted, it had every flavor in it: raspberry, blueberry, strawberry, red velvet cake. My favorite though was one I'd never had before, was like cherry lime. This is all from a cake of a person's like body and form. Yeah, you gotta watch the video because it's insane. But yeah, and I mean, Cake Guy, this guy should be doing cakes for like the rich and famous.
Yeah.
But yeah, he definitely can do like any of those Is It Cake shows on Netflix and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
But he can do cakes for the rich and famous, and he should definitely be doing that. But and then he was here at Crypticon. And then what else? Like the oddities people that like make unique. They like do the taxidermy thing, and then they make unique creatures and stuff like that. So like was it the oddities extreme, like all the different interesting people, whether it's the fans, the vendors, the volunteers, they're all amazing as well, because again, you're totally passionate to the point that you put in not just hours, but days and weeks of your life to pull off these conventions. It's just been absolutely amazing. So yeah, I am thoroughly having a blast here at Crypticon in Minneapolis, and every Crypticon. I want to do every single one, everywhere, every year. It's amazing.
See you next year.
Yes, please. I'm excited about it. Definitely.
Oh my gosh! Well, thank you so much for talking.
My pleasure. You look amazing, by the way, and that's incredible. You know what? Next year, I want to volunteer to be in the chair. Please, will you do that?
I am totally good with that.
Awesome.
Yes, definitely. Oh yeah, Marty McTulis. I mean, like from The Mandalorian, right? So you get these amazing actors that like do like the practical effects and wear them, and of course then they're also physical actors, and so that's really cool stuff too. So yeah, I enjoy conventions and all the aspects of the convention. I thoroughly enjoy them.
Yes.
Yeah,
oh my
awesome.
gosh.
Yeah.
That is so wonderful. Well, unfortunately, I've run out of questions. But is there anything else you'd like to add?
Let's see. Special thanks to Kiki from Kiki's Craft. She's like a local hometown favorite, and she invited me to judge the cosplay competition yesterday, which was really
That's
cool.
even better.
Yes, from the little kids who were totally adorable to these professional cosplayers. You know, we and I also helped judge it with like Danny Pintaro and Kat Ballard, singer-songwriter. But we also specifically looked for the people who put the time in to be original, right? So it's like, you know, learning your craft, right? Like whether it's sewing, whether it's creative design, again, any and all things creative. And so even though the industry might be changing, even though the world might be changing, and like, you know, like where AI is going to be a vital part of everything we need to do, freaking us all out. But we still have to adapt, right? We adapt, we improvise, we overcome. But in all seriousness, whether it's keeping ChatGPT on all of our web browsers or learning how to master Midjourney, some of the things that are always going to matter: relationships, treating people with kindness and fairness, and making sure that you reach out and help others, and then also creativity, right? Using your imagination. And so it's the people that have the biggest imaginations who are going to benefit the most from the new technology. So just use it like you would a cell phone or a computer or a program. And then again, the imaginations of these people that are here, that's what's amazing, and I get inspired by that.
Oh,
that's
so
really
wonderful.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love your attitude about Kahn. There's so many people that are just like, I'm here, it's part of my contract.
Oh, whatever.
It's wonderful that you're so excited, you're geeking out like we are.
Totally.
I love it.
I am totally geek. Oh, you know what? So again, I'm totally geeking out. So her name is Holly Carden. right? So I was a fan of hers. I actually used her Murder Castle map for one of my games. Again, for my players.
awesome.
Again, my players hate me, right? Because again, I'll use different maps and castles, things like that. So again, she had this amazing Murder Castle. And she's here selling the puzzles, right? But again, I've been a fan of hers for years. Didn't even know that she was here because again, I put her maps in my games.
Yeah.
I mean, you never know who you're going to meet at different cons, and it's so
Exactly.
cool. Oh, the other thing, again, huge fan. The guys that do like the old classic books and things like that, choose your own adventure books. You find all kinds of great bargains and steals and stuff like that. So yeah, I totally loaded up on choose your own adventure books, on the castle puzzles. I am the biggest geek at any con. I totally enjoy it, whether it's Crypticon or like My Little Pony Con. Yes, I'm a brony, whatever. So what?
Own it!
No, really, I enjoy fandom, right? I love fandom. That's, I mean, you've got the freedom to be yourself, to do whatever makes you happy. And I totally respect that.
Yeah.
So,
oh
yeah.
my
It's really
gosh.
good.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's been so nice to talk to you. Like we could just be hanging out the whole rest of the night.
Absolutely. I hate that it's the last day and like final hours, but that's okay. Next year, right?
Yes.
Next year, and then when we do the makeup thing, yes, it'll be my turn.
Yes.
And then
Yeah.
I'll be even like bigger monster, and
Yes.
you guys can follow me around and I'll scare people.
Yes.
That'd be wonderful.